Welcome to topic 16, the future of purchasing. So in this introductory video here, let's go ahead and start off with a quote. Some say I have a sixth sense. Baloney. I've just learned to guess what's going to happen next. It's anticipation. So this was said by Wayne Gretzky, who was a very famous hockey player. And he always seemed to end up in the right place at the right time, because he was guessing. He was essentially forecasting what was going to happen. And he was anticipating what was going to happen based on his experience. Well, how did he get this experience? Well, he was using lifelong learning skills. So when we apply that to supply chain, we need to think about how is the world of supply chain changing? How is it changing? Well, we can see the trends that are happening. For example, blockchain is becoming more and more popular. We know it is Bitcoin or all these alternative coins, the cryptocurrency. And a lot of companies are looking at that for supply chain. For example, IBM is doing that, but they're looking at it from the import side of it. So a company from a foreign country shipping stuff to the United States, they're looking at how to integrate blockchain into that process, which is pretty neat. I sat in a presentation when they were talking about this at IBM's headquarters in North Carolina, and it was amazing what is possible with that. And when we think about this lifelong learning, we need to see what skills we're going to need. What skills will we need to succeed in this future? Well, I mentioned blockchain. Are you familiar with what blockchain is? Well, if you're not, you might want to look into it and see what is it all about? How does it work? So that way, when it comes up, let's say your company is looking at implementing something and using blockchain, you know what it's about, and you can sit there and you understand what they're talking about. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room, but you don't want to be on the other end of that spectrum where you're not the smartest person in the room and you're towards the bottom end. You don't want to be there. You want to be somewhere towards the top. And that way, the smart people see that you're pretty good, and maybe that will help your advancement. So lifelong learning is essential. So while you may want to focus on supply chain, look at other areas that may be related to supply chain. Maybe if you're purchasing, maybe you want to look at the logistics. If you're logistics, maybe you want to look at the transportation industry as a whole. All these things can help you in your future careers. But let's look at how do we stay ahead of this obsolescence curve that we see in purchasing. So let's go ahead and talk about that in the next video.